Hi everyone. Today we're going to make a yarn doll. Now I made my first one of these almost 50 years ago. My grandmother showed me how to do it. And all you need is a ball of wool. Now the size of the doll depends on how thick the yarn that you pick is. So let's say for this one here, that's just an ordinary ball of wool, double knitting wool. Then for this guy here, it was a thicker rope kind of material that I was using. So you can use twine, you can use baler twine, you can use shoelaces if you want to, anything that's hanging around the house that comes in a roll. So the only other thing you need then is maybe a book. And there's plenty of books hanging around the house. A book, a magazine, or if you haven't got that, just cut out a little piece of cardboard. Again, depending on the thickness of the rope or the yarn that you're going to use, will dictate then what size book that you're going to use for it. Like let's say with these guys here, I used this small book, and then this guy here, I used a bigger book. So it depends on what size you want to make it. All you need then is the doll itself is made in two pieces. So you have the body part is one length, and then the arms are a different length. So what I normally do is for the body part, I'll be using the length of the book, and then for the arm part, you use the width of the book. So the first thing you're going to do is get your ball of wool. I'll just take these out of the way. Is get your ball of wool and get your book, and starting with this length is wrap it around the book. So for the body of it, you're going to wrap it around 50 times, and for the arms of it, you wrap it around 30 times. So once you have it done, so this is my 30 here. So when you have your 30 wraparounds done of the book, you just get it then and tie it off at the top with a little piece of string. So tie it tight, tie it again. And then what I like to do then is just make a little loop at the top. You can see that. And this will make sense to you now in a second. So I'm making a loop up here. So I have it hanging out of a loop. I can take this off the book. And these are my 30 here. So these are my arms. So what we're going to do with these is we're going to plait them. But it's kind of hard to plait them when you're on your own. So what I have done is I have just stuck a nail in a piece of board. So I can put this onto the board, and then I can pull at this and I can plait without it being too awkward. It's just a good tip. So when you have these put down like this, you cut it in two. And what we'll do is we'll get another piece of string, and where you have this pulled down here, you're going to tie a piece of string along this part of it, just to secure it all. Tie the piece of string nice and tight, tie it again, and here we go. We're going to plait this here. So you pick out 3 bits of even amount of strands. Doesn't matter if you don't get it exactly right. Try and get it as close to being even as that. So if you don't know how to plait, you have your 3 little pieces like this. So you have the middle part coming down here. You get the part on the right hand side and bring it over the middle, and now the middle comes out to the right. Then get the left hand over the middle, pull in tight the whole time because you want that a tight plait. The right hand side over the middle, the left hand side over the middle, the right hand side over the middle, and keep going down until you come to the end. So right hand side over the middle, left hand side over the middle, right hand side, left hand side over the middle. So that's probably plenty length of the arms. So again, you need another tiny piece of string and wrap that around twice before you tie it, because it makes it nice and secure. And put 2 knots there to secure it. If you only put the 1 knot, it'll open up. So you've got to put 2 knots there. Okay, so that is your arms done. So this is what you wrapped around. You tied a piece of string around the top, plaited it, and tied a piece of string around the bottom. So what you're going to do then is you're going to cut this part here, and you're going to cut evenly the other side as well. And if there's any little tiny straggly bits coming out, you can just cut those off. So that will become your arms. And if you see in this here, they're your arms across the middle. It's all one piece. Okay? So that is the arms. You can put that to the side now for the minute. And then we'll go with the next bit. So this is your long part of your book, and you wrap it around 50 times now this time. So 50, I have it done already. So 50 times, and again, tie a piece of string around the top of it, which is going to, it won't go all over the place when you take it off the book. So here you go. Again, I'm going to put that into my nail up at the top to secure it, because that makes it a lot handier then to work with. So I get another piece of string, and I'm going to wrap it around maybe about 1/2 inch from the top. Pull that there. So 1/2 inch from the top, and tie it good and tight. And again, do a double knot on that, or else it will come apart. Now people make the mistake and they think that's actually the head that you're doing there, but it's not. You have to do the hair first, then the head, then the body, and then the legs. So that part here that we've tied together is actually going to end up being the hair. Get another piece of string, come another 1/2 inch to 1 inch, maybe 3/4 of an inch down, and this is your face. So you're going to tie another piece of string good and tight, tie it twice around, 2 knots. 1 knot, and then another knot. So that is now your head. So after you have your head, what you'll do is get pull out half of it like this, get your arms, and stick your arms right through the middle there. And what you do then is get another piece of string. I forgot to mention that in the beginning. If you can have maybe about 10 pieces of string that are about 8 or 9 inches long, because you're going to need about 10 pieces of string while you're doing this. So again, wrap this one around the waist, underneath the arms to secure the arms there. And now you can make it a thin waist or a thick waist, whatever you want. And 2 knots again. So pull it in once and then pull it in twice. So you can see how it's all shaping up already. So now we're going to cut the bottom of this. And because we want 2 legs, we're going to half the amount of strands we have down here. You don't have to go counting them individually. You should have a good feel for halfway, what looks like half and half. So put 1 leg up like that. He's doing a high kick there for himself. And then this one is going to be plaited. See the way we have 2 legs? So this one is going to be plaited. So we have to divide this again into 3. See how this board with the nail really helps, because it anchors it down here so that you can pull and get a really tight plait on your doll. So again, the right hand over the middle, the left hand over the middle. Now pull that if you can so that it's nice and tight. Right hand over the middle, left hand over the middle, right hand over the middle, left hand over the middle, and keep going down for as long as whatever length you want those legs to be. So here we go, we're nearly done now. And again, another piece of string. Tie it around twice, and that'll secure it so it'll be easier to knot. Now, my grandmother used to use these as pin cushions, but actually it's only in later life now. I'm thinking maybe she was using them as a voodoo doll. She was putting a curse on somebody. Hopefully the curse wasn't on me. No, she was a very kind lady. So this is the other leg. So we're going to again split this in 3. We can neaten him up now at the end. He looks a bit straggly at this stage, or she. So here we go. The right over the middle, left over the middle, right over the middle, left over the middle, right, left. Just an ordinary plait. That's all you're doing. And yet another, this is your last piece of string that you need. So as I said to you, you need to maybe at the very beginning of your project cut 10 pieces of string of about 8 to 9 inches long. Do a double knot here. Now try and get both legs the same length. And now we'll neaten him up now. You can see almost how he's going to look. So his bottoms of his legs, trim him off there. Bottom of the leg here, trim it that it's nice and even. And his arms are nice and even. And for the very end, get the top of his head, cut all these out and neaten that up, and it gives him a cool little curly head on him. And there you go, little yarn doll, made all by yourself with just whatever pieces of it. If you have straggly bits like this, with whatever pieces of yarn, string, baler twine, anything at all, you can make these things, and they're really, really cool. There you go. Off they go to a dance. Thank you very much.